Ethan, a successful but lonely man, stands in his upscale apartment, staring at the elegant wedding invitation in his hand. The news of Olivia's upcoming marriage stirs unexpected emotions, sadness, regret, and bitterness. She had left him a year ago, citing his workaholic tendencies and lack of attention. Now, the thought of attending the wedding alone feels unbearable. Torn between avoiding the event and confronting the past, Ethan struggles to reconcile his feelings, wondering if he should even go at all. While strolling through the busy streets, Ethan's gaze falls on a woman sitting quietly on a street corner. Her worn clothes and unkempt hair reflect a life of struggle, but something about her posture and expression catches his attention. Despite her challenging circumstances, she carries herself with quiet dignity, her kind smile radiating warmth. Compelled by curiosity, Ethan approaches her and introduces himself. Startled yet intrigued by his friendliness, she introduces herself as Mia. As they talk, Ethan learns about her journey, how a series of unfortunate events left her without a home, but not without hope. Her calm strength and unwavering kindness in the face of adversity deeply move him. Their conversation lasts longer than Ethan intended, as he finds himself captivated by her intelligence and resilience. Though they come from vastly different worlds, something about Mia strikes a chord in him, inspiring admiration and a spark of compassion that he hasn't felt in years. As Ethan listens to Mia share her story, he finds himself increasingly drawn to her quiet strength and unwavering hope. Her resilience in the face of life's challenges moves him deeply. Inspired by her authenticity and a sudden desire to do something unconventional, an idea takes shape in Ethan's mind. "Mia," he says, hesitating for a moment, "would you come to a wedding with me? It's my ex-girlfriend's wedding, and honestly, I could use some company. You'd get a nice dress, a good meal, and a chance to experience something different." Mia looks at him, startled by the unexpected offer. "You want me to be your date? To a wedding?" she asks, unsure if she's heard him right. "Yes," Ethan replies sincerely. "You deserve a day to feel special, and I'd appreciate your company." After a moment of thoughtful silence, Mia smiles softly, her curiosity piqued by the unusual proposal. "All right," she says, nodding. Neither of them realizes it yet, but this impulsive decision is about to change both their lives forever. Ethan keeps his promise and takes Mia to one of the city's most luxurious boutiques. As they step through the grand doors, Mia is overwhelmed by the elegant surroundings. Rows of designer dresses, glittering jewelry, and exquisite shoes displayed like art. For a moment, she hesitates, feeling out of place amidst the opulence, but Ethan's warm, encouraging smile reassures her. The boutique staff initially glance at Mia with a mix of curiosity and subtle judgment, her worn clothes contrasting sharply with their usual clientele. But when Ethan firmly announces that he is there to help her find the perfect outfit, their attitudes shift. Soon the staff are bringing out their finest dresses and accessories, treating Mia with the same care and respect they would any wealthy customer. As the makeover begins, Mia experiences a whirlwind of emotions. Her hair is styled, makeup carefully applied, and she is fitted into an elegant gown that seems tailor-made for her. When she finally looks at herself in the mirror, she barely recognizes the confident, radiant woman staring back. Mia's transformation isn't just physical. For the first time in years, she feels a spark of hope and self-worth reignite within her. She turns to Ethan, her eyes glistening with gratitude. "Thank you," she says softly. "I've never felt like this before." Ethan smiles back, genuinely moved by her transformation. "You deserve this, Mia, and so much more." Later that evening, Ethan and Mia find themselves in a quiet, cozy cafe. the soft hum of conversation and clinking dishes creating an intimate atmosphere. As they sit across from each other, Mia begins to open up, her voice steady yet tinged with emotion. She shares the story of her life, how she once had a stable job and a modest home before a series of misfortunes, including losing her job and facing financial hardship, led to her current struggles. Despite everything, she speaks with remarkable resilience, recounting the small acts of kindness from strangers that helped her hold on to hope. Ethan listens intently, his usual guarded demeanor softening as he feels a deep admiration for Mia's strength. In turn, he shares his own story, revealing how his relentless focus on career success had caused his relationship with Olivia, his ex-girlfriend, to fall apart. He admits to the guilt and regret that have lingered since their breakup, emotions he rarely discusses with anyone. As the conversation unfolds, an unspoken understanding forms between them. Despite coming from vastly different worlds, they recognize the common threads of struggle, loss, and resilience in each other's lives. For the first time in years, Ethan feels a sense of emotional vulnerability without fear of judgment, and Mia feels truly seen. In that moment, their connection deepens into something built on genuine respect, empathy, and shared humanity. The day of the wedding finally arrives, and as Mia steps out of Ethan's car, she looks breathtaking. Dressed in an elegant gown that fits her perfectly, her poise and grace radiate confidence. Her transformation from a woman on the streets to someone who commands attention is nothing short of remarkable. Ethan, dressed sharply in a tailored suit, offers her his arm with a proud smile. Together, they walk toward the grand venue, unaware of the stir their arrival is about to cause. As they enter the lavishly decorated hall, heads begin to turn. The room, filled with well-dressed guests, glittering chandeliers, and the soft melody of a live orchestra, seems to pause for a moment. Conversations falter as people steal glances at the stunning pair. Whispers ripple through the crowd as everyone speculates about the identity of the beautiful, mysterious woman on Ethan's arm. Mia remains composed, her head held high despite sensing the judgment and curiosity surrounding her. The confidence she gained during her transformation carries her through, and her kind yet self-assured smile silences many of the doubters. Ethan, standing tall beside her, introduces her to guests without hesitation, making it clear he values her presence. At the far end of the room, Olivia, the bride, is greeting guests alongside her new husband. When her gaze lands on Ethan and Mia, her smile wavers and her cheerful demeanor falters. She hadn't expected Ethan to bring anyone, let alone someone as captivating as Mia. The way Ethan looks at Mia with warmth, admiration, and pride unsettles Olivia in ways she hadn't anticipated. Throughout the evening, Olivia finds her eyes drifting toward Ethan and Mia. The joy Ethan seems to radiate while talking and laughing with Mia feels like a stark contrast to the person she remembers. For the first time, Olivia feels a pang of something she can't quite place. Regret? Jealousy? Or perhaps unease at seeing Ethan genuinely happy with someone unexpected. As the whispers continue to circulate and the evening progresses, one thing becomes clear to everyone present. Mia is far more than a fleeting date. Her elegance, kindness, and strength leave a lasting impression, and her presence shifts the dynamic of the night in a way no one could have foreseen. As the evening progresses, Olivia finds herself increasingly preoccupied with Ethan and Mia. Every time she glances in their direction, she feels a pang of jealousy and regret. Seeing Ethan so at ease, laughing and enjoying himself, stirs emotions she had thought long buried. Unable to hold back any longer, Olivia seizes an opportunity to pull Ethan aside near the garden, away from the chatter of the reception. "Ethan," she begins, her voice strained, "can we talk?" Ethan nods, sensing her discomfort. Of course, Olivia. What's on your mind? She hesitates, searching for the right words. Uh, I didn't expect you to bring someone like her to the wedding, she says, her tone laced with both jealousy and judgment. She's clearly not from our circle. I'm just worried about how people might perceive this. Ethan frowns, surprised by her comment. Mia is a remarkable person, he replies firmly. She may not come from wealth, but that doesn't diminish her worth. Why does it matter what anyone else thinks? Before Olivia can respond, Mia approaches, having overheard enough of their conversation. Her expression is calm, but her voice carries a quiet strength as she speaks. Excuse me, Olivia, Mia says, stepping forward. I couldn't help but hear what you said. You're right, I'm not from your world. I've faced hardships and challenges most people here can't imagine, but that doesn't define who I am. The guests nearby begin to take notice, their curiosity shifting from silent judgment to admiration as Mia continues. Ethan invited me here because he saw something in me that others often overlook. We've all made mistakes, Olivia, and we've all needed a second chance. I'm here tonight not just for Ethan, but for myself, to remind myself that I am more than my circumstances. Olivia is momentarily speechless, taken aback by Mia's directness and grace. She had expected Mia to shrink under the weight of her words, but instead, Mia stands tall, her gaze unwavering. Ethan looks at Mia with pride and admiration, his respect for her growing even deeper. Thank you, Mia, he says softly. You didn't have to say that, but I'm glad you did. The tension in the air shifts. Guests who had been discreetly watching now murmur among themselves, their judgmental whispers turning to expressions of respect for Mia's poise and courage. Olivia, visibly flustered and unsure of herself, forces a polite smile and mumbles something about needing to return to her guests. She quickly retreats, leaving Ethan and Mia standing together in the garden. As the crowd watches, Ethan turns to Mia with a warm smile. You didn't have to defend yourself, but you did it with such grace, he says. Mia smiles back, her voice steady. It wasn't just for me. It was for us, Ethan. Thank you for standing by me. In that moment, the bond between them deepens even further, leaving a lasting impression on everyone who witnessed it. As the night wears on, Olivia, unable to shake the emotion stirred by Ethan's presence with Mia, decides to approach him one last time. She finds him standing near the edge of the garden, away from the bustling reception. Ethan seems calm, watching the guests mingle from a distance, but Olivia can sense the air of finality around him. Ethan, she calls softly, her voice trembling slightly as she gathers her thoughts. Ethan turns to face her, his expression neutral but open. Olivia, he greets her politely. What's on your mind? She hesitates, searching for the right words. I've been thinking, she begins, her voice quiet but laden with emotion. Seeing you tonight with Mia, I realized something. I made a mistake when I left you. I thought you were too focused on your work, that you didn't have time for me, but seeing you now, seeing how you've changed, I can't help but wonder if I was wrong. Her confession hangs in the air, but Ethan doesn't respond immediately. Instead, he studies her for a moment, feeling a surprising sense of calm. The emotions that had once consumed him, the hurt, the regret, no longer have power over him. Olivia, Ethan says gently, breaking the silence. I appreciate your honesty, truly. But the truth is, I've moved on. Our relationship was important to me, and I'll always value the time we had together. But it's in the past now. What we had was real, but it's over. Olivia's eyes widen, her composure wavering. She hadn't expected such clarity from Ethan, especially not tonight. I see, she murmurs, her voice barely audible. I'm sorry, Ethan, for how things ended, for everything. Ethan nods, offering her a small, genuine smile. "I've let go of the pain, Olivia. I wish you happiness, truly." Unbeknownst to them, Mia, who had been passing by, overhears their exchange. She pauses, her heart pounding as she listens to Ethan's words. She feels a mix of relief and doubt, wondering if his clarity about Olivia means she is just part of his process of moving on. Later, as Ethan returns to the garden, he finds Mia sitting quietly on a bench, her expression thoughtful. He approaches her gently, sensing her unease. "Mia," Ethan begins, his voice soft, "you seem quiet. Is everything okay?" Mia looks up at him, her eyes searching his face. "I overheard you and Olivia," she admits. "I'm glad you've found closure, but I need to ask, am I just a step in that process? Was this about showing Olivia you've moved on, or is it about something more?" Ethan's heart sinks as he realizes how his actions might have been misinterpreted. He sits beside her, his expression earnest. "Mia, I won't lie, when I first asked you to come with me, it was impulsive, maybe even a little selfish. But what I didn't expect was how much I would come to care about you." Mia listens, her gaze unwavering as he continues. "This isn't about Olivia anymore. Tonight made me realize something. I'm not trying to prove anything to her, or anyone else. You've shown me a kind of strength and kindness that I've never seen before. You're not just part of my past, Mia. You're someone I want in my future." Mia feels a wave of relief and emotion wash over her. Ethan's words carry a sincerity that touches her deeply. "Thank you for being honest," she says softly. "I just needed to know this wasn't a one-time thing." Ethan reaches out and gently takes her hand. "It's not. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I want to find out with you." In that moment, the air between them shifts. What had started as an impulsive decision has grown into something real, something meaningful. As they sit together, the noise of the wedding reception fades into the background, leaving only the promise of a shared future. As the evening winds down, Mia steps into the garden, the cool night air brushing against her skin as she sits on a secluded bench. The night has been overwhelming, filled with whispers, judgmental glances, and moments of connection. Yet, doubts linger in her mind. She recalls overhearing Ethan's conversation with Olivia and wonders if she is merely a symbol in his journey to move on from the past. Mia knows she can't let these questions fester. Gathering her courage, she approaches Ethan, who is standing alone under the twinkling lights near the garden's edge. "Ethan," she calls softly, her voice steady but tinged with emotion. Ethan turns to face her, concern flashing in his eyes. "Mia, is everything all right?" She hesitates, then speaks, her words measured. "I need to ask you something, and I hope you'll be honest with me. Was I just, a part of your plan tonight, to show Olivia you've moved on? Because if I was, I need to know. I won't be someone's tool for closure." Ethan's heart sinks as he realizes the weight of her concern. He steps closer, his expression sincere. "Mia, I understand why you might feel that way, and I'm sorry if I've given you any reason to doubt. When I first invited you, I'll admit, it was impulsive. I wasn't thinking clearly. I just knew I didn't want to go to that wedding alone." Mia's gaze doesn't waver, silently urging him to continue. "But," Ethan says, his voice growing stronger, "what I didn't expect was how much I'd admire you. Your strength, your kindness, your resilience. They've shown me something I didn't know I was missing. Tonight wasn't about Olivia for me. It was about you. And now, I can't imagine this evening or my life without you in it." Mia's heart softens as she listens to his words. There's no hesitation in his tone, no hint of insincerity. She takes a moment to process before speaking. "I needed to hear that," she admits quietly, "because I've grown to care about you too, Ethan. But I needed to know that this wasn't just about proving something to your past." Ethan gently takes her hand, his gaze unwavering. "It's not. I promise you, Mia, this is about the present, about us, and I want to see where it can go." In that moment, Mia feels a weight lift from her shoulders. The doubts that had clouded her mind are replaced with a sense of clarity and hope. Together, they walk back toward the reception, hand in hand, ready to face whatever comes next, knowing their connection is real and rooted in something far deeper than a fleeting moment. As the night progresses, Ethan and Mia find themselves increasingly distant from the superficiality of the wedding reception. The whispered gossip, lingering stares, and the weight of past relationships feel inconsequential compared to the connection they've built throughout the evening. Ethan looks at Mia, her eyes reflecting the confidence and strength she has rediscovered, and he knows it's time to leave. "Why don't we get out of here?" Ethan suggests with a warm smile. "Let's spend the rest of the night somewhere else, just the two of us." Mia's face softens into a smile, her heart lightening at his words. "I'd like that," she replies, her voice full of warmth. Together, they quietly slip out of the grand venue, leaving behind the noise, judgment, and ghosts of their pasts. As they step into the cool night air, the city lights stretch out before them, shimmering like a map of endless possibilities. The conversation flows easily between them as they walk hand in hand, sharing stories, dreams, and hopes for the future. Ethan turned to Mia, his expression thoughtful yet certain. "I don't want tonight to be just a fleeting moment, Mia. I want to support you, be there for you, and help you rediscover everything you're capable of. You've shown me what it means to truly live, and I want us to build something together." Mia's eyes glisten with emotion, her voice steady as she replies, "You don't know how much that means to me, Ethan. For the first time in years, I feel like I have a real chance not just at rebuilding my life, but at doing it with someone who truly believes in me." As they walk into the night, the world feels alive with possibility. Their pasts no longer define them. Instead, their bond is rooted in shared hope and mutual growth, a promise of a brighter future. Together, Ethan and Mia embrace this new beginning, ready to face whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead. The journey, filled with love, resilience, and endless potential, is only just beginning. If you like this story and want to hear more also, remember to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We want to know what you think. Leave a comment below and let us know where you are watching. Your participation will help us continue to bring emotional, suspenseful stories and surprising new twists. Thank you for being part of our community.